Hi, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Baby Daddy Diaries. My name is Danielle Torres. I am the baby mama supreme. And today we are talking to local veteran and single dad, Michael Goss. Y'all, everybody welcome him to the show. How you doing?
I'm fine, ma'am. Yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for coming here today. I would say, and you would probably laugh, that you're kind of like a social media influencer. That's how I know you. Do you know, as a comedian, we were planning a show one day, and somebody said, "Oh, there's this really funny guy on Facebook, and you should message him and see if he wants to do comedy." And I messaged you, and you ignored me. But I started following you, and in fact, you are a really funny guy on Facebook. You have to admit it. Like you're constantly on there making jokes, making fun of people, sometimes yourself.
Yeah, of course. I have to. You have to. Yeah.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Born in Houston, raised here in Corpus Christi, all my life. Um, Miller, Ray, and Carol.
You from the streets here.
I'm for and from the streets. The Jumped into the army. 97. Came back in '06,
Oh
and
well, so how
been
many
here ever
years?
since. No, I was trying to do 20, but it was only 9.
Thank you for your service.
Welcome.
And so along the way, your military career, you get
Um,
some girls pregnant. How's the story go?
I got one girl
You,
pregnant.
you got one girl pregnant
4 times or 3 times actually. When
three
I
times.
when I met her, she already had a 9-month-old, and that wasn't working out between her and her. But she was from California, and
All the good girls are.
usually, uh, California comes to Texas to meet up with her sister and her sister's man. They're eating at the food court on base. I'm with a bunch of my friends, and I say I'm gonna go ask her if I pay for her meal, will she eat it with me? And she's like, I'm with my sister. And I'm like, okay, if I pay for both y'all's meal, will y'all come eat it with us, me and my friends over here at the table? And she's like, I'm with my son. And I was like, okay, if I get him a kid's meal, can you all come with me to the table? I didn't want to look like a jackass going back there alone. So I said, hey, they're all coming back. And that's all. That's where it went from there. After that, we probably dated for like a good 6, 7 months, and then we got married before I left to Germany. I couldn't take her as a girlfriend. You had to take her only as a wife. So the chaplain's right around the corner. They told us, like, you can just go to the chaplain right around the corner. He'll
Did you
sign
tell the
off.
baby I'm your daddy now?
No, she told him over the phone. They had a talk. Hey, I'm getting ready to go to Germany with this guy that I've been with. Gonna go ahead and make that move, and I'm gonna take Jacob with us.
So this is interesting because then you actually decide to date a baby mama who
No,
has a baby daddy,
right,
and you as the new guy have to navigate
right.
their
Never had a kid of my
co-parenting
own
relationship, and you haven't had any children of your own at this
ever,
point.
ever. Jacob was my first. I fell in love with Jacob before I fell in love with his mom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you understand like the responsibility now? Okay, you're dating a single mom.
No, dude, not at all. That one was the most like, so culture changing between running the streets of Corpus, um, juvie hall, and then like trying to correct yourself into like structure because mom's she's not doing too good. So okay, I got to do something. So you join the army. That's got to work, right? Of course, mom's ecstatic. She passes away. So you just got to continue that. You just got to keep running it and be like, oh no, I gotta uh, be a good man for anybody, female, and even if there's a child involved. So number one, of course, I had to because he doesn't have a father. Like what? Like now his dad's a piece of shit. Lives in California. Is already like 22 in the hole. Like he ain't never gonna. It ain't gonna happen. So my sister, her sister, told her move to Texas with me. Find yourself a military guy and see what happens. And that's what
And boom,
happened.
there you
That's what
were. There
happened.
you were.
That's exactly what
So
happened.
you have Jacob, and then you have three other children with her.
Right. I have Silas and Alyssa in Germany, and then I have Ariel in Fort Hood.
And how are they? How old are they now?
Oh shit. So Jacob's got to be like 28 now. Silas is 25. Alyssa's 22, and Ariel's 19, 20 in July this year.
Wow, that's a That's a
That was a
lot.
journey, dude.
That does sound like a journey. And now they're all grown. They're all on their own.
All of them, dude.
No, not all of them.
Well, Sai, yeah, he lives with mom still, but
What's your
that's
relationship
mine.
like with them today?
Oh, let's see. So Jacob, man, we're strong. We're real strong. But he got married and he's got his own
It's his
kids.
own life
So it's
now.
kind of like,
Hmm.
all right, you know, taught him well. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. His dad would have never. He's to this day, he's still would have never. Um, there some people don't grow up, and that guy is one of them
So
for sure.
I got a baby daddy like that. Yeah, I get
Got
it.
you.
I get it.
This dude's almost like 50, and he's just trash. Um, Silas, Silas and Alyssa, those are the middle ones. So, and those were doing my Iraq deployments. So, like, there's not really a real strong bond.
Oh, because you were deployed at the
Right.
time.
I didn't
Yeah.
really have a lot of times with them. So like after I got out of the army in '06, depression hit, all that kinds of shit. And it was like not ignoring them, but it was kind of like I don't have time for y'all. I need to fix myself, fix up here, you know? And that took like forever. Like a good 9, 10 years.
Just to get your own mental health
Just
straight.
to get VA, the pills, get me off the pills. I'm an alcoholic. Y'all got me on pills, their thing was, we'll stop drinking. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah,
Not
it's
that
easy.
easy.
Yeah, sure. But here's more pills. Here's more trazodone. You're an alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic, but here's more pills. But I'm going to drink them with a beer probably. That's fine. Here's more pills. I'm like, okay. So those
With the
don't work.
drinking and the pills, did that come more women?
Did
No.
more women come from that?
Well, I'm just asking. Like, oh,
Um,
you're already like medicating yourself.
uh,
Our last interview,
yeah,
medicated himself with women.
yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking women, of course. Yeah. Hoe for show. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Should have put that in your intro.
Ran through.
Were you still in a relationship or you were single by this time?
Which part?
The hoe for show.
Man, in and out of a lot of them.
Lord.
Yeah. Stupid shit. Yeah, trust me. I'm
So,
not proud of any of it, of all.
but that's a big like being accountable to yourself and saying, hey, I have my
Yeah,
part in this
yeah. I
too.
fucked up bad, but in '06, I got a vasectomy
Uh,
before I got out of the army. So I was
Way to
going
go. We're
in. I
gonna
was going
applaud that.
in. Austin, Houston, San Antonio, El Paso. I was going in. Mexico,
Wow.
Progreso.
Mexico, you went
Yeah,
international
I
with
don't
that.
give a fuck. I think I have a baby in Italy. But that was during the army years.
Poor little Giuseppe. Okay. So
Geppetto.
Geppetto, sorry. So you're now how old? 47, you said?
47 now. Yes,
47, your kids are grown.
growing
Mm,
crazy.
you no longer pay child support now. They're
Oh
all
no.
older.
'03. Just
You
in
remember the
'03.
year.
Yeah, hell yeah. July of '03. Ariel turned 18. Boom, we're done.
Oh, because you were never behind then. You were always paying
Oh
currently.
shit, I was like 4 no. Just 4. So after I paid child support, you still got to keep paying, but you're
Hmm.
just paying off that. I'm not paying child support anymore. So the child support for me was 744 a month, but only like 2 of that went towards the 4Gs.
Hmm.
And
Oh
then
yeah.
plus you still accrue the interest every month, so you're not paying nothing.
Did you know as you were going into the child support system, like how to do it, what to do, what to look out for, what were your rights?
Yes, because I'm the one who initiated the child support.
Oh, you put yourself on child support.
Correct.
What prompted that?
She was gonna move to San Antonio with all of them. So, I got out of the army in Austin, Fort Hood, Texas. Um, her mom had moved from California to Dallas. My family was here in Corpus Christi, so we made the decision instead of going up to Dallas, even though she wanted to so bad. I want to move to Dallas with my parents. Let's all go to Dallas. I said, there's no way. If we move down to Corpus, I have all the resources. My family's down there. They'll take us in. I can start on a job. I know a lot of fucking people type shit. We get down here. It don't work out. I catch her cheating with a local rapper.
Oh,
in
Oh,
2007-ish, 8-ish, somewhere around there. It was a local rapper, yeah.
I
And
only know one local rapper.
and yeah, it's not him.
And
Trust me. It was definitely not him. Fuck no.
how do we know who we're talking about?
It was definitely not that fucking guy. Fuck no. Oh my.
Okay, so that's how the relationship breaks up, and she wants to move after that.
She wants to move to Dallas with her parents, and I was like, there's no way. Uh because I was gonna be left alone with my aunt and uncle
And
and
none of the kids.
zero kids, right.
And at this point,
She
are
was
you
taking
like
them
a
all.
present father? You're
Yeah, I was trying to make shit happen, I was trying to get a job, I was trying to it just wasn't enough for her. I wanna cheat, and then
mhm,
and then once you find out, then I wanna move out of here. I wanna move with my parents to Dallas, and I'm like, "That's crazy that you would
wow.
do that to me."
Mhm.
Granted, yeah, I did that to her. I ended up, because
Uh,
we had two we no, not by cheating. We had a two-story house, 2 cars, all that shit, in the Army, and I fucked that up in Iraq. It was my fault. I fucked it up to where, uh, she wanted to move up to Dallas, and it was like, "No, there's no way, dude. I got nothing here."
mhm.
If you can go, but don't take these guys from me. She wanted to so bad. So, uh, of course, another homeboy was like, dude, put yourself in child support. She can't leave the county if you do that.
Did you go to court? Did you hire a lawyer, or you just went into
I
child
went in there
support?
by myself and walked in there, and they gave me the attitude and everything. What do you want? What do you need? What do you need? And I said, I'm here. I don't know how this child support thing works because I never had to do this before. And they're like, well, I mean, who's the custodial? And I was like, that's what I'm saying. I have no idea how any of this works. And they're like,
There
well,
were words you
what
didn't
do you
even
want?
understand.
Yeah, what do you want? And I was like, I want to start child support. How do I start paying for child support? And they
But
were like,
that's not an
what?
attitude that they're used to dealing with,
No,
right?
they brought me in and sat me down,
They give you an award
they gave me some Popeyes, everything, dude, like a snitch. Here, dude, where she live? What do you need? Where do you work? And
they
here I am snitching my ass off.
because most of the time they're trying to chase you guys down to pay. There's
Just to
not very
pay,
many.
just to pay. And I'm over here trying to figure out how to start.
Wow. Well, that's
Uh,
good though that you informed yourself like, hey, this is where I got to go. This is what I
Right.
got
I
to
was
do.
in the army. I was a staff sergeant in the army. I know. Yeah. Before me and you have a conversation, I need to know what the fuck's going on. Remember when I asked you, I said, can you please, what am I into? What am I getting into here? Get me such a, so to find out that, hey, you're going to start child support. And everybody's like, well, if you get a job was going to be at, Coles loss prevention. If you get a job, they're going to start snatching child support from you. I said, oh, really? Well, what do I got to do for that to happen? Because they don't need to snatch it from me. I'll give it to you. Just the rule, and then the rules weren't even, it didn't even matter. Uh, you're gonna pay child support, but she can leave if she wants to with the kids. If she wants, I was
So
like,
you
oh
were
wow,
hoping
that's
that they would
crazy.
go in there. You would go in there and they would help establish.
That's what everybody told me on child support was
Ah,
like, dude, go in there and start your shit yourself. The judge's gonna look at it in your favor.
but
No,
that's not what happened.
not at all. No, not at all.
Do you feel like knowing what you know and your experience with the child support system, do you feel like it's fair for fathers?
Yes, yes. Uh, maybe, maybe it's a little shisty to the fathers.
Hmm.
I was obligated to pay. I don't know. Started like at 14 for like 3,
Yeah, there's a couple of
right?
kids there.
Yeah. Well, me and her are still legally married at the time, right? So I still had to pay for Jacob. That's your stepkid. You still got to
Mhm.
pay child support for him until he turns 18. So it was like you're paying all this money, and I was working at Kohl's. I
Wow.
think $700 every 2 weeks. You know, this was 06, 07, 08, something like that. Yeah, I was all the money was going to her. Like that's it. So um, now that I'm grown, a lot older, and I know how everything works now. I understand that if you give the mother $300 a month, that ain't shit. You
Yeah.
know, that ain't shit. What is that supposed to do? Like, then that's all you dedicate for the month is $300. You're shicey. You're a piece of shit for that. So I was paying my child support, even though Ariel was the last kid. Okay, even though Ariel's the last kid, I'm paying child support. I still have these other three that I still feel these are mine. I'm still responsible for them. I don't care that they're 18 and above. Who cares? I don't care. They're still gonna. I Bottom line, I still pay their phone. from the past 10, 15 years.
Do you really?
Yes.
Still even now to this day?
4. I can show you.
You still paying child support?
No, yeah. 345 a month just for their phones. Alyssa's birthday was this month, so I sent her 250. Happy birthday. Fuck.
So it's not just, hey, I give you child support, make it stretch, make it work.
Not at all. There's no way.
Because
Not
there
in
are some
Dallas.
fathers who feel like, hey, I pay child support, that should cover everything. Don't
Right,
come.
but common sense says not in fucking Dallas. $300.
Yeah.
What's that gonna do in Dallas? That's gas for the week.
So you never felt like as a father paying child support, this is your money, you're working for it, that she needed to give you a receipt saying,
Nah,
hey,
it was
this
not
for me.
hers. It was not her money, my money. It was theirs. And even then, to those guys, that wasn't even enough for them. Even though they were just going to school, what do they
It
need it
is a
for?
lot of kids.
But that's a lot of fucking money. You need
Mhm.
pants, socks, underwear, food. You know, gas. Like I said,
How did you navigate your relationship with the kids once she moved? So you're here in Corpus and now they're in Dallas. How does that
shit, man.
how does that go for you?
I did everything, anything. You can ask my whole timeline, anybody, if I'm lying. But I paid, and I asked so many people, if you took me to Dallas for the weekend just to see my kids, I'll fund everything, the gas, everything, because I didn't have a car.
Mhm.
I didn't have the money for it. I'm paying child support. I don't have money for shit. I was living with my aunt and uncle on the couch, everybody, homies, half rent with other people. So, and I would tell people, like, I can't drive all the way to Dallas. I don't have a vehicle for that. But if you drive me, I will take care of the food. I will get us this place to stay. We'll go out, have some drinks. I got us on everything. And usually only like a handful of people be like, yeah, I got you. When you want to leave? Like Friday morning, we'll be back Sunday night.
You'd do anything just to go see your kids.
Yeah. For fucking 20 years, I did it. And it was always, and it was never it used to be because of the way my friends, some of them were set up at the time. We're still trying to like get our shit together, our own lives together, right? So it's like, hey, as a friend, good friend, will you take me to go see my kids or go pick up my kids for the summer? Okay, where? Well, we're gonna meet up in Austin. Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna pick them up, come right back. All right, cool. But then as we got older, it became okay. I don't want her and all 4 of my kids on the 35 coming from Dallas to Austin. I do not want them doing that because if something happens to them, that's 4, that's 5 of them I lost.
Oh
You know,
man,
as
I didn't
opposed
think
to
about
me,
that.
just me. And I know that sucks, and I know that's a shitty way to think of it, but that is the way I used to always think about it. I'll come up to you. Do not fucking get on that 35. Do not do it.
You're a good dad.
I try, dude. I have to be. I didn't grow up with one.
That's my next question is, did you
Yeah,
grow
I
up in
didn't.
a single parent household?
Yeah,
You
mom.
was
Yeah,
a single mom?
mom was a mom was a hoe for sure. Another one. I think that's where I get it, or where I got it from.
It's genetic, huh?
It's in the blood, bro.
But that didn't get in the way of your efforts to try to be a good father. You not having a father, do you
No,
think
it
that
did get
made
in
you
the way
try
of the
harder?
effort. It did get in the way because I wanted to one up it. I needed to know that that's not the way. That can't be the way. I've seen so many movies. I've read so many books. I've witnessed so many people have fathers, and how that is like. Yeah. So never. Yeah, never. Mom had like so many step guys come in and like try to play that role, but
No.
that's nah, dude. Back up. First of all, I don't know you. I know you, and I know you. I know what you're doing. You're just trying to get in with the kids so you can get in with mom. I get it, dude. And I don't want it. I don't want that. I grew up never wanting it. I don't need it. Um, if it's not genuine, but I don't want it.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, as your kids have gotten older and I'm a big believer that your kids are going to find out the truth whether you want them to or not. They get older, they're able to look at the situation and say you were wrong or you were right.
Correct.
How do your kids feel about the situation now? Do they look back and they're like, "Hey, man, this all turned out for the best," or
Um,
do they wish you guys had stayed together?
I want to say no. I want to say nah. That they're fine. That this turned out the way it is. Um, I can honestly say like everybody's in place right now. You know,
Yeah,
I could breathe.
that's a nice feeling as a parent, right? Like Does it make you feel like, hey, you know what? As a dad, I'm proud of what I did and who they've become because I made such an effort.
Well, now I am. Yeah, now I am. I wasn't before, but now I am.
Should be proud of yourself. There's not a lot of men who can hold their heads up in this town and say, hey, I gave it everything I had.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So,
I think one of the things that are unique to you and your story, as a Facebook fan of yours, I think it's interesting. So your youngest daughter lives with you now,
yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes,
Like
for the past 4 years now.
I think I saw, I don't know when I followed you, but one of the first posts that you made that kind of stuck out to me. And I remember, you'll have to tell me how long ago this was. But I think when she first moved in with you, she went and she bought like pink dishes or a pink pan or something. And you posted and you were like, no self-respecting vato is gonna. And I love this story that here your daughter kind of full circle, even though
Yeah.
she didn't live with you for a big amount of time, and that at this point now she had to have been 18 and decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go
No,
invade my dad's space.
16.
She was 16.
She was 16 in Dallas. Ariel was going to school in Forney, Texas, right? She's sitting with a bunch of friends in her table, and one of them pulls up the child support laws of Texas and shows her, you know, you can go live with your dad at 16, right? She was
What?
like, how? She's like, it's the law.
The friend shows her at lunch
Yeah,
in school.
right. Screenshots it, sends it to her mother. I want to go live with my dad. Dad's been
Dang.
paying child support. He's current. Yes. I want to go live with my dad. There's nothing you can do about that by law.
Did she call you and ask you first? Or she just making plans
Nah,
and
it
she
was
didn't
just gonna
even
happen. It was just gonna happen. Her mom was like, "That's not happening. There ain't no way. That's impossible. He won't do it. He's not gonna do it."
Oh, she's speaking for you. Like you're
Of
it's not
course,
even
I
don't even
can't.
bother to ask.
Yeah, I can't. I don't. I never get to say so when it was at that time. That's why me and her, we co-parent. But it was like, you stay in Dallas and I'll stay down here, dude. Stop. I'll
Okay,
even kill
okay.
myself to go up there. That's not funny, but okay. You shut up real quick. But what I'm saying is, uh, she finds out. She tells her friends, "Holy shit!" So she tells her mom. She sends it to her mom. They got phones now. They have internet. They're smart. They can do that now. I didn't even do that. You know
You
what I'm
didn't
saying?
even know.
I didn't even fucking know that. I never knew that until she told me that. I was like, let me make sure. Let me ask somebody first. And they were like, yeah, dude.
So what's that conversation like when she calls you and she's like, "Hey, buddy, it's your turn. It's your turn.
Yeah,
It's your turn
time
now."
to shine. Yeah. She said, okay, the first text was like, can you talk? Yeah, sure. Um, what's going on? What's up? And she's like, hey, so did you know that since you pay child support, that did you know that you that when we turn 16, by the state law of Texas, we're allowed to move in with our parent or whoever. We can decide
They
who we
can
want
make
to
their
live
own
with, right?
decision. Mhm.
And I said, oh, well, what's up? Like, and she's like, oh, well, I want to, but mom doesn't want me to. And I said, I would say go off what mom says for right now. I mean, she's always been the smart one, so go off what she says. But so she's bickering me like, no, no, no. And she sends it to me in text and everything. She's like, look. And I was like, damn. Well, let's. I have to talk to mom about it. We'll see. We'll see how this
You weren't
works.
immediately like, "Yes, child support's
I
over.
I
Pack your bags, come on
I
over."
thought about it, but I knew that's not how. That's not. It does. I don't. It's never gonna be in favor for me. It's never gonna be in favor for me. So I was just thinking to myself, which I did. Listen, which I did. She was 16 when she moved in. She's 19 now. I stopped paying child support at 18. She was living with me for 3
And you were
years,
still
and I
paying
was
child
still
support.
paying my child support.
Did you know that you could go back and say, "Hey, she's living with me now"?
They didn't care. They said because I was in arrears for 4 or 5 Gs,
Oh,
it doesn't matter. You still need to pay something. And I said, well,
dang.
because Social Security. Okay, listen, I'm a disabled veteran, so I collect disabled veteran pay, combat pay.
Compensation, sir.
There you
That's what
go.
it is.
Sorry,
There you
thank you.
go. That's
Shit.
they don't pay you for
I,
nothing. You
I
hurt
didn't.
yourself, we owe
I
you.
said it like that because that's how we call it. But right, it's compensation pay. So compensation pay allows you to be on Social Security. You can also get Social Security, collect Social Security. So I don't need to work. I don't. Right. Um, Ariel was living with me for 2 years, 16, 17. 17, when she turned 17, Social Security called me and said, you need to come in here and we need to talk to you. I said, about what? What happened? And they said, how long has that girl's been living with you? And I said, my daughter, she's been living with me for like 2 years now. And they're like, and you don't report it? And I said, for what? For what? And they told me, dude, you were supposed to get an extra 100 because you don't work. You just
To help you
better,
with
and that's just to help her get her to school and back. And I was like, well, fuck. So they was like, we can only back pay you for a year though.
if you're gonna take
I
it.
said, I'll take that shit. Yeah. Fucking run me my money, dude. What the fuck? Got me doing Superman dad shit for nothing, bro. Compensate me. God damn.
So this turns out to be a good deal for you. She moves
For all of
in
us,
for
for
everybody.
everybody.
You get your
Even the
daughter, you
mother.
get money.
So I was sending money to mom. Here's 5. Here's 4.
Even though the other kids are all grown now.
Correct. Everybody's grown. Everybody's in their own place. She's got a whole ass dude there for 10 years. A whole ass dude that's been
But
living
these
with
are
her.
the things that make you feel good.
This is for me. This ain't for nobody else. This ain't for no fucking buddy else. This is for me. This is for me for when I pass. These guys can walk around Corpus Christi, heads up high, and say, "My dad was Michael Goss. I ain't tripping." That's all I give a fuck about. No more women, no more cars, no more drinking. You know, I still drink. I don't go hard anymore though. I used to pass out at all these fucking bars down here, easily, because I was on pills and I was drinking my Lone Stars and Jack. They didn't know that. Bartenders didn't know that. Like, this dude came in here on pills already, like, and we're feeding them beer. Like, they didn't know that.
So did that change once? So you get Ariel's to 16.
She tells me, yeah, we hang up and I'm looking at a friend and my friend was like, I heard that. And I said, what's going to happen? What do we do?
You don't even know what you just signed up
Yeah,
for.
I'm smoking and I'm like, and he's like, if I know you, dude, all I'm going to say is it's time. I think it's time for you to stop drinking. And I said, you know what? I think you're right, dude. You're right.
Wow. So she comes down here and you're like, hey, I'm going to stop drinking.
She said, that's the only way I'll come down here. That's the only way I'll come down here. If you fucking stop drinking. I said, I'll stop, which I did. It was like 4 or 5 months. And I started again, but moderately and not at home and not if I have to be the one driving.
Oh, so like you're responsible now.
Yeah, I already.
Like you have something to
I
live
already
for.
went through I already went through the 3 DWI phase.
Oh,
I already did all that already. I'm done. We're not doing
you
that
got
no
Uber
more.
Lyftser.
For the past year now.
Amen. Thank you.
2 years, I think. Yeah, it's 2 years now. Yeah, we're not doing that no more.
So your daughter's living at home. You're still working or not working. You're making your moves around town, gaining your social media following. Um, you date? Do you date? Do you go out with women?
Off and on, yes.
Off and on. At what point while you're dating do you decide, okay, it's been a certain amount of time? When do you decide to introduce those women to your daughter, to your children, to any of your children?
When the daughter says she's ready.
So
Yeah.
you wait for your daughter to say, "Hey, it's been long enough. I'm ready to meet this
Right.
woman."
A lot of the past relationships were because they weren't ready. They're like, I don't want to meet your daughter. And I'm like, okay,
Oh,
well then.
was that a flag though? If you're dating
Yeah.
somebody, they're like, "I don't want to meet your dad."
Yeah,
Your dad.
that's and after they say that, that would be the last time we ever like hang out or anything like that. Like we can be friends and all, but we're not going out to eat no more. We're not doing that no more.
I ain't
So,
paying for you no more.
Right,
It's
exactly.
now you got to pay for me
that's
and pay for
crazy.
my time.
Yeah, that's
man.
crazy. You would say that to me, like me.
Then they must not even know you because in the short
Thank
time,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And there was one time where I waited like a whole, like maybe 8, 9 months before I could even meet her son. But she had already been hanging out with my daughter, like the first 2 months that we met. You get it?
Yeah, I do. So, how did that make you feel? Like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm
like
ready
this
to.
is some bullshit. Yeah, this is some bullshit.
I met you. I let you into my life.
Thank
I
you.
let you meet the
This
people
is
that I love the
crazy,
most.
yeah,
Why
we're
are
not-
you still?
Thank you. Yeah, this is crazy. We're not doing that.
I wasn't there.
So you,
I
so
wasn't-
you date your daughter Ariel meets him, or any of your kids meet them. What if they don't like who you date?
Okay. And that has been brought up
Oh,
by Ariel, of course.
oh, she brings it up. She's like, "What
She's
if?"
quick. Yeah, she's quick. If I bring them in and I introduce them or her to my daughter, and my daughter doesn't engage in conversation and just goes to her room, then
That's a tell.
it's probably not gonna
You're
happen.
like, "Man, just leave." Just
Right.
leave.
Yeah, you should. We should. We're gonna hang out for a little bit, but then we gotta go.
I ain't
We
pay for
can't
you
be
no
hanging out.
more.
Yeah, we can't be hanging out here because she already and she didn't close the door. She slammed it. So it's like,
Oh,
yeah,
when you got women slamming doors,
yeah, it's time.
something's wrong.
Yeah, something's up. I shouldn't be sitting down. The PlayStation shouldn't be turning on.
It's time for you to go.
Yeah, yeah. You might need a ride home. Yeah,
Has there been any women that she does like?
yeah. Oh yeah. She's had about a good 2, 3.
Does she ever introduce you to women? She bring women home for you? Like, hey, I got this dad. He's single.
No,
No, no.
no,
So she's
no.
not out there matchmaking for you.
No, no. She only brings her boyfriends and her friends over, but
A funny thing you bring up the boyfriend. Like, just, you know, on behalf of maybe Ariel, like, when are you going to stop chaperoning those dates, man? You go with them to the movies? You go with them to the store? Is
I
he
don't
ever
know,
like,
bro.
hey, bro, stay home?
I don't know. Yeah, he does, but he don't say it to me. He says it to her. He's like, "Dad, your dad can't stay home, bro. What the fuck?"
And there you are taking pictures. We all happy
I'm,
together
I'm
here.
thinking it's all good. It's all sweet. They're back there talking shit about me. I don't give a fuck.
I love it though. I love it because I think it shows, even though she's an adult, how important it is for you to still maintain that relationship with her.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. She's going to school off. She quit going to work to go to school off of my Hazelwood and GI Bill that I
Oh,
never used, and which as a parent, I'm gonna explain this to you because I tried to explain this to her, and I don't know if she's grasped it yet, but she will later on. But I didn't necessarily go to combat just for them, you know, just so I can receive any kind of benefit or whatever the fuck. What happened was I had kids, and then Iraq happened. Like I didn't know it was gonna happen. So I go to Iraq the first time, and it's completely like the way the movies say it is. Like you're completely number one worried about getting back home. Okay, number one, you're not gonna shoot at me. You're not gonna fucking try to blow me up. And if you do, I'm gonna get back home. Any means, however I need to, I'm gonna get back home. And that happened twice, 2 times. Okay, because that was my whole instinct the whole time I was out there. I don't care about anything else but making sure we all get home. We all have to get home. Um,
so if it's you and me in a fight, you going home for sure. Yeah.
and that's been proven like 2 or 3 times already. Uh, there's
Wow.
yeah, we both woke up at the same time. We both knew what we are gonna do today. We both know we're gonna put our helmets on. We both gonna load our weapons.
And one of them is here to tell the story.
One of them is the better man that day, and it was me. So
Wow.
because of my guys, that means more to me than anything else. Let's get home. Anyway, if you put a loaded weapon in my hand, let's get home. If you put boxing gloves in my hand, I'm going home. You know. Anyway, we got to get home. Home is where the kids are. A lot of people don't understand that part because, home is where the heart is type it. That is your heart, it should be. It better be. Because most importantly is legacy for sure. Like you definitely want to go out. You definitely want to go out in this world and you want to be, remembered forever, forever. And not for the bad part, always the good.
On behalf of baby mamas everywhere, thank you so much. Um, I think that's what a lot of dads miss is how important that legacy is. Not just the legacy of how you live your life as a person, as a man, but the legacy you live behind with your children. I love what you said about that. Like your kids are going to be able to go anywhere and say, "Hey, my dad was Michael Goss,
Yeah.
and he did the best that he could for us."
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'm gonna try to lighten it up just a little bit, um, so that I don't cry too. God, leave man. Um, how are your baby mama saved in your phone? By her name, by her government name,
By her government name.
by her government name. No, like, oh man, that bitch I had to pay all this money to. And what's your relationship like with her now?
It's non-existent. Okay.
Kids are done, they're paid for.
Yeah. So
There's no reason for us to talk anymore.
Okay, so I left this part out
Oh,
a
okay.
while back when you first asked me about this. Legally, I'm still married. It's like 25 years now, 26 years now.
So you
We
guys don't never get divorced?
we've never divorced. We've only separated. I'm a good guy, dude. When the youngest one turns 18, there's no more commitment to each other as far as parents. Yes, we have grandchildren together now, and we do have our own kids together. Yes, there's no more commitment to me and you no more. I don't have to discuss anything with you anymore. Uh, I don't need to know if you need money. I don't need to know if the kids are doing all right because I communicate with every single one of them. I pay their phone bills. None of them has an excuse to not being able to text me. I paid for it. It's there. They're 18. They're all doing their own thing. Ariel's the only one that is using the GI Bill that she can. You know, she goes to college here, and people tell her all the time, "Man, your dad went to combat, so you can go to college." Like, no, I went to combat because I was in the army at the time. That's all. It just helps that I can provide as a veteran now, combat veteran, for my children, bro. She, she because of the free health care that she gets from me 4 or 5 years ago, she killed breast cancer. She found it way before. She went to a hospital, said something's going on here. They're like, girl, you got breast cancer. You're starting to grow a little cyst right there. Let's cut that shit out now.
Wow.
I didn't have to wait till Ariel turned 18 to divorce her. I don't have to. I waited to turn 18 so she could know, listen, dude, I know me and you didn't have it coming up, all that good shit. But listen, you still have to carry this legacy on. Our kids still have to carry this legacy on. If I pass, you're still married to a combat veteran. Everybody from the grandkids on down, they get to, sow what I left here. I didn't get everybody a house like, the fairy tales that, the stories are. He came back from Iraq. He got houses for his kids. He's got land now. He's got a ranch. He's got big ass, 250, shit like that. I didn't do any of that. I couldn't, you know. I didn't come home with support like that. I came home with pills, and that was the support. Oh, here we go. Throw you these trazodone. Throw you these Seroquel. Um, I didn't have all that. It's just great to know that even after Ariel's gonna be 20 this July, and when she turned 18, I could easily just like cancel that. But it feels good to know that even for the rest, for the rest of it keeps going. Baby mom was going. She works from home now because she uses my GI Bill. You can do that. Anybody can use whatever you need. All my family use what you can off of me, bro. You have to.
So you did this so that she would be in good health for your kids.
I didn't divorce her for that reason.
You didn't divorce with her. So why aren't you guys like best friends now? Like, hey, we raised these kids together. You've done all these things for me. You would think that your ex-wife, all things considered, is like, hey man, you're still a great guy. Come on over and have some turkey
Just
dinner
there's
with us.
some maybe like every past couple of years I've been up there for Thanksgiving, for New Year's, for Christmas. Sometimes I'll be like, not this season or not this holiday. But yeah, for the most time we do. But it's just cordial when we, meet up for everybody's sake, for everybody, the kids, everybody's there, the grandkids, uncles,
It's
aunts,
civil.
niecefuls. We're all civil. Uh, Jacob, yeah, Jacob's not mine, but not that it cuts deep. It does cut deep, but Jacob got with a girl in Dallas and had two babies, right? Then they broke up. They had a separation. So Jacob gets a job in Oklahoma, has a one night stand with a girl there. I have a grandbaby over here now, right? Jacob and Dallas girl meet in the middle, and she tells him, "Come back to Dallas with your babies," and he says, "Okay." He gets to Dallas with the babies. Ultimatum's made. You're no longer to have anything to do with this if you want to be here with this, and if you do, then you don't need nothing to do with this. So he cuts this out of the equation, right? And me, being the father that I am, was like, why did you do that? And how could you do that? Because when your father did that to you, I stepped in. Why are you being like that to her? Because
Mm-hmm.
he's got a boy girl here and he's got a little girl here. So I make amends here because that's me. That what he's got going on. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. But for me, this is my grandchild. So out of respect, this girl right here respects me for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're good here. Jacob doesn't doesn't want Jacob's wife doesn't want him
To
involved
have
with
it.
me because and here's the part that cuts deep but not really, because mom and him have concluded that he's not really your real dad. Why is he even worried about this over here? And I'm like, oh, that's crazy, because I
Wow.
was a real dad for like fucking 15, 17, 18, 19 years. So that's why me and her don't talk,
It's like the adult children, and you guys just don't see eye to eye anymore. And
because of what's going on with the adult children now, or with
so you
adult
ain't buying
Jacob.
her no more Christmas presents, nothing.
Fuck no, I haven't bought her one in like maybe 2, 3 years now.
And we've talked about a lot of stuff. Like, thank you so much. If you have a friend now and he's getting divorced, and you think about all your experience and everything you've learned up until this point, what's your advice you give to a new baby daddy, new single daddy, fresh out of a breakup, got some kids?
Easy. Um, do not date bartenders. Do not date the strippers, and do not date freshly, newly divorced or broken up baby mamas.
There should be like a grace period.
Yeah, they should have at least a good 6 to 7, 8 month healing process area to where they're fine. He's blocked on everything, not just he's blocked on Facebook, Insta, everything. But we're still friends on Snap. Like,
Everything across
no,
all
dude,
social
I
media
need him
platforms.
gone. Like, I don't want to fuck with you if you still fuck with him. If you don't fuck with him, you know what I mean? If if you don't fuck with the guy, I can't fuck with him. He's a piece of shit baby daddy. But you still fuck with him,
Ah, yeah, yeah,
then I don't want to
yeah.
fuck with you.
Hey.
It's the same thing I said being a door guy at a bar. I don't. I like drunk bitches. I like when drunk bitches come in. I love y'all, but please don't be a drunk bitch. You know what I mean?
You can be a drunk bitch, just don't be a drunk bitch.
Drunk bitch. Don't be a drunk bitch. Be a drunk bitch, but not a drunk bitch. Come on now.
I love it. Very valuable
Thank you.
advice here.
Yes.
Man, Michael Goss, y'all. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for coming and
Yes,
being a
ma'am. Thank
part
you
of
for
this.
inviting me, please.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, wait, tell the people where they can find you. Please find Michael Goss across social media
Oh,
platforms. You
I'm
can
on
find him most.
GOSS Michael on Facebook, American Me 77 on Instagram, Son of Saddam on Twitter/X, and yeah, that's all I use.
Or running over the Harbor Bridge
Or
on a
running
nice
over the
sunny morning.
bridge with an American flag.
There you go. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, share, and follow for the next episode. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.